the Democratic Party is facing a rebellion. Across the nation, a growing movement of uncommitted voters disgusted with Biden's handling of the Gaza war are refusing to blindly support the party line. They're demanding a radical shift in policy, a clear break from the pro-Israel status quo, or they'll withhold their votes in November. These aren't your typical fringe activists, they're everyday Democrats, over 500,000 strong, who've already made their voices heard in over a dozen primaries. They've secured delegates for the Democratic National Convention, where they plan to push for an anti-war agenda, including a permanent ceasefire in Gaza and confronting the powerful pro-Israel lobby. Even as the Biden campaign insists on staying the course, talk of alternative candidates is swirling. Kamala Harris, despite her association with Biden, is being touted by some as a potential replacement, while others suggest looking to Democratic governors outside the Washington bubble. But the uncommitted voters have a clear message: no more blank checks for Israel. They want a candidate who will prioritize Palestinian human rights, challenge the IPAC machine, and actively work towards a just peace. They're even willing to consider third-party options, like the Green Party's Jill Stein, if the Democrats fail to meet their demands. Some uncommitted voters see a glimmer of hope in Harris, who has reportedly pushed for a more sympathetic stance toward Palestine. Her public calls for a ceasefire and her recognition of Palestinian self-determination provide a stark contrast to Biden's unwavering support for Israel's actions. But for others, her close ties to the current administration disqualify her. They want a fresh start, a leader untainted by the perceived failures of the Biden era. The pressure is mounting on the Democratic Party. The uncommitted movement represents a growing rift within its ranks, a rebellion against the establishment's foreign policy consensus. Will the party heed their demands and embrace a more progressive stance on Palestine? Or will they risk alienating a significant portion of their base and potentially handing the election to the opposition? The 2024 election is shaping up to be a battle for the soul of the Democratic Party. The uncommitted voters are demanding to be heard, and their voices could determine the outcome. What do you think? Should the Democrats abandon Biden and choose a new nominee? Can they find a candidate who can unite the party while addressing the concerns of the uncommitted movement? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get this conversation started.